Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to today's science class. So, yesterday we started chapter 7, Getting to Know Plants. So, we'll continue from where we left yesterday. But before we start today's class, let us quickly recap few important things which we have discussed yesterday. So, basically, plants are categorized on the basis of certain characteristics, and they are categorized mainly into three types, which are herb, tree, and shrub. So, the characteristics which we discussed yesterday were you can see in this table 7.1, first column, that is height, then stem, and then where do the branches appear, and then finally in the column 4 we wrote what is the category of the plant. So I gave you a homework in which you were asked to complete this table. So there are three spaces left vacant, and there you have to name three different plants who fall into such categories. So let's once again read few important things related to this. Okay, so there was also an activity which we discussed yesterday, like activity 1. Look closely at the stem and branches of plants much smaller than you, plants that are about your size, and plants which are much taller than you. So these are basically the categories of which three types of plants: herbs, shrubs, and trees. So now let us see this picture. So here we have three different categories of plant. Here in figure 7.3 we see three different types of plants. In figure 7.3a we see there is a small plant with green stem and small branches. We can't say these are branches, these are simply the outgrowth of the stems where leaves are grown. So we see there are less number of leaves and they are herbs. Then we have in figure B plant which has a little bit hard stem and with too many leaves. So this is shrub. And then we have a taller tree with many branches which are grown at the upper part of the plant. So this is a tree which is in picture C. So plants with green and tender stems are called herbs. So this is how you can define herbs. Plants with green and tender stems are called herbs. They are usually short and may not have many branches. Then some plants are very tall and have hard and thick brown stem. The stems have branches in the upper part much above the ground. Such plants are called trees. So these things already we have discussed yesterday, and based on the above characteristics we can classify the plants into different types. Now as we have discussed yesterday, certain characteristics that define the category of plants are: now stem can be again classified into four types, that is green, which is on the basis of color, then whether the stem is tender, thick, or hard. Again, on these characteristics we can classify the plants. Then the third column, which says where do the branches appear. Now if the branches appear in the upper part, that means it is a tree. And we can see here higher up on the stem, mango. For the plant mango, the branches are grown higher up on the stem, and therefore they are also they fall into the category of tree. And what else? The stem is thick and hard. So these things we have discussed yesterday, so this is just a revision. Now plants with weak stems that cannot stand upright and spread on the ground are called creepers. So there are another category that that actually we can say they come under the category of herbs, as their stem is very weak. Plants with weak stems that cannot stand upright and spread on the ground are called creepers, while those that take support on neighboring structures and climb up are called climbers. So there are other two categories which are called creepers and climbers. Now in figure 7.4 we'll see okay, so 7.4, let me find this figure 7.4. It's somewhere, yeah. So here you can see figure 7.4, where a climber is climbing with the support of a structure. So these are called climbers. Now let us discuss about stem, which is subtopic number 7.2. Now to understand stem, there is an activity which you can perform at your home, like activity 2. So to perform this activity you need a glass water. So water, red ink, and a plant which is a herb, and a blade to just cut the stem cross sectionally. So now you have to pour water to fill 1/3 of the glass. It's basically a glass tumbler. Then you have to add few drops of red ink to the water. Now cut the base of the stem of that plant and put it in the glass as shown in figure 7.5. Now just you need to keep it for 24 hours or 1 day. Then what do we observe? We see that the parts of herb appear to have red color. So we can see red color appearing in the veins present in the leaves. So this shows that stem helps the water to travel all the way to the leaves. Now from this activity we see that water moves up the stem. In other words, stem conducts water, just like the red ink minerals dissolved in water also move up in the stem along with the water. So we dissolved the ink in the water and the ink also moved up along with the water. So therefore we can say how the stem conduct minerals and water to the leaves. So this is how the stem helps to conduct water and minerals up to the leaves. So this is the function of stem. Then the water and minerals go to the leaves and other plants parts attached to the stem. So the parts which are attached to the stem, water and mineral can travel to those parts. So they have a narrow tubes inside the stem. So stem have narrow tubes which help to conduct water and mineral to various parts of the plant which are attached to the stem. Now Paheli did this activity with herbs having white flowers. Now to get a better result you can use a plant which has or which bear white flower. So because we can easily see the change in color of the plant, that's why a plant with white flower is more effective to conduct this activity. Then she put one branch with a white flower in the water in glass A. So she took three different glass tumblers and she named it glass A, glass B and glass C. Then uh, she did a funny thing with another branch. She split it halfway along its length and put the two ends in the water in glass tumbler B and C. She put a few drops of red ink in glass B and blue ink in glass C. She wants you to guess what would happen to the flower in glass A and the flower put jointly in B and C. So when you had cut across the stem in activity 2, did you notice the number of spots of red color arranged in a ring inside the stem? So to see the small holes present in the stem, you can see this this picture is here. Yeah, this one. So 7.6, you can see there are holes in figure B. If you see, there are holes which are present, which are arranged in a round structure. So these holes actually are the small tubes that take the water and minerals all the way to the leaves. So there are small holes. So when you cut the stem cross sectionally, you will notice, and if you observe it under the microscope, you will see there are small holes present in the stem, making it a round shape. So this is how stem conduct water and minerals. So in the next class we'll discuss about the properties of leaf. So this is all for today's class. Thank you, my dear students.